Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's now very old, very collectible, and is becoming increasingly more difficult to find in any condition, really. We are looking at the 1975 release by the American publishing company from their series of the $6 Million Man jigsaw puzzles. Now, these are the puzzles that came in the tins, and they each contained 200 pieces. And I think there was 4 different jigsaw puzzles in the series. Now, they're all based on the very popular 1975 or 1973, I should say, American science fiction action television series. And now it ran from March 1973 through to March 1978 for a total of 5 years. 5 seasons were produced. Now, it's all about a former astronaut known as Colonel Steve Austin, who's portrayed by Lee Majors. Now, after being seriously injured in a NASA test flight crash, Steve Austin is rebuilt at considerable expense, $6 million to be precise, and hence the title, of course, with bionic implants that give him superhuman strength and speed and vision. Now, Colonel Steve Austin is then employed as a secret agent by the fictional US government office entitled the OSI, which is the Office for Scientific Investigation. And the series was all based on Martin Cadine's 1972 novel Cyborg, which was, in fact, the working title for the series during pre-production. So the series originally started with 3 television films, which were intended as pilots, and they all aired in 1973, followed by the television series, which aired regularly in episcopic form for 5 seasons from 74 to 1978. And of course, it had a spin-off program as well, which was The Bionic Woman, who was originally Steve Austin's love interest in the series. So a very good cast of actors in the series, and the series ran for, I'd say, 5 seasons, a total of 99 episodes plus 6 television movies, and each episode ran for about 50 minutes, so it was the hour time slot with 10 minutes of advertisements that would make up the hour. Okay, so this, obviously, a very popular program, spawned a lot of merchandise. Again, there was action figures produced, there was play sets and vehicles and so on, not just of the $6 Million Man, but also of Maskatron, who was the robot, and Oscar Goldman, his boss. And then, of course, there was also the Bionic Woman merchandise that was spawned. But it wasn't only just the toys. There was T-shirts, there was stickers, there was lunch boxes, flasks, there was backpacks. There was all sorts of merchandise is produced, again, because it's a very popular cult television series, and obviously merchandising is a big thing, and creates an awful large amount of additional income for the television series. But anyway, this particular item we're looking at today is of one of those jigsaw puzzles, and this is a tin in front of us, and it says on the front $6 Million Man jigsaw puzzle, and there's an image of Lee Majors as the $6 Million Man, Colonel Steve Austin, and it's got copyright 1975, Universal City Studios Inc. Jigsaw puzzle, Cassie Tetty, whatever that's supposed to mean. And if we turn the tin round, you can see an image of the actual jigsaw puzzle, which is, well, this one I suppose is entitled Danger Radioactivity, and it sees these baddies coming out of this radioactivity area and Steve Austin whacking them with a big oil drum by the looks of things, knocking the guns out of their hands. So that is the image of the jigsaw, and again it says 200 pieces, ages 6 to 15, and it's item number 1240. And again, the copyright information on the side here is 1975, American Publishing Corp, Watertown, Mass. 02172, USA. Okay, that is the tin. Now, obviously, it's very old. There is some tears on the tin. There's a little tear there where the paper is beginning to come off. There's a few knocks and slight tears at the top and bottom where it's been around the edge. It is quite old. It's 1975, so it's 50 years old. So bear that in mind, that it does have its little bits of flaws. However, if we open the lid up, you can see all the pieces inside, and all the pieces actually slot together very, very nicely, as you can see. Does that piece go with that? Yeah, it does. So there we are. So all the pieces actually go together very nicely. They slot together beautifully, and as you can see, they slot together nice and solidly. So it is a very, very good jigsaw puzzle. It is complete with all parts, as I have actually made this jigsaw puzzle, and I will, if you keep watching to the end of the video, I will upload an image of the completed jigsaw puzzle at the end of this video, so you can see what it looks like completed in all its glory. But 200 pieces. Now, they're all in different shapes, so it's not as straightforward shapes as you get with a normal jigsaw. There are some weird shaped pieces in this one, so it was a very, very different style of cut, as you can see from some of the other pieces we pick up there, or not just the standard shape puzzles. They're all over the place, the shapes of them. So but it was a great puzzle to do, and I wouldn't say it was easy. It was quite a difficult puzzle because you're constantly looking for different shapes, but because of the colors, the mix of colors, and the shapes, it wasn't overly difficult to do. But a very nice jigsaw puzzle, and finishes off, looks very, very good. And I don't know if it's got the size on here, the completed size. I can't seem to see that on the tin. Must be on here somewhere though. No, it doesn't appear that the size is on there, but I can tell you that the completed jigsaw puzzle, it's 47 centimeters by 33 centimeters, so quite a large puzzle overall. But I'm sure it had it on here somewhere, but maybe not. Okay, but anyway, I do know that was the size because I did measure it once it was completed. Okay, that is the jigsaw puzzle. As I say, keep watching till the end of the video, and I will show you the completed jigsaw puzzle at the end. Okay, now you're going to say to me, well, how well did these jigsaw puzzles do back in the 1975? Well, one thing you've got to remember is back in 1975, the $6 Million Man was a huge television series. It was probably one of the most popular television series on network television at the time. So very, very popular, and obviously merchandise was being produced, as I said earlier. Quite a lot of different merchandise for the $6 Million Man, model kits, as well as outfits, masks, all sorts of things were being produced. We had a great time when we were kids, dressing up in our Steve Austin outfits and our masks, and with our $6 Million Man 12-inch figures. And there was just so much going on. It was a really lovely time. Merchandise being produced, jigsaw puzzles, colouring books, annuals, all sorts of things were coming out. So very, very good time for us as kids back then. I mean, if you bear in mind that there was no videos or TV or DVDs or live streaming, no satellite television, no Netflix or other channels like that. We literally just had BBC One and BBC Two and ITV. So if you missed your program when it was being produced, or being aired, I should say, you missed it, and then you had to wait for a rerun if they ever did rerun. Sometimes some they didn't, some they did, some they didn't. So if you missed it, tough luck. So you always made sure that you were sitting in front of the television when your favourite program was being aired. So yeah, very, very popular. Everything $6 Million Man sold very, very well. I don't know the numbers. I'm presuming they were all produced in mass quantities, and marketed and done exceptionally well. Okay, let's move forward 50 years to 2025, which is where we are today. Do these jigsaw puzzles come up for sale very often on the platforms? And the answer to that is not very often. Now, if you have a good look on the platforms, and if you look globally, you will no doubtably find some of these jigsaw puzzles in the tin. Finding them in the UK is very, very few and far between. I did have a good look in the UK, and I didn't find any other ones not this particular one. I didn't find anywhere in the UK. I did find one in the USA, and I did find a couple of the other jigsaw puzzles in the USA. Now, those of you that watch our videos quite regularly, you'll know that we have done 2 others on these tubes that come in the tins of these jigsaw puzzles. So we've just got 1 to do. When we do finally get that last elusive jigsaw puzzle, we will do a video on that one as well. But back to the point, they don't really come up for sale very often on the platforms, and when they do, they usually sell relatively quickly, and they are fairly expensive. So remember, usual thing I tell you every time: if you are intending to buy on a platform, be careful, read the description, have a good look at the photographs, because somebody's idea of very good condition could be somebody else's idea of acceptable condition. There is a big scope that can differ there between people's opinions, so do be vigilant when you are buying on platform. And also, don't forget, some of the platforms use stock images and stock descriptions, so you could be looking at a fully complete jigsaw puzzle in the tin like this one. However, if there's none available, it would automatically go to the cheapest used item, which may not be what you're actually looking for or what you actually want. It could be a loose jigsaw puzzle, missing pieces or what have you. So do be careful, and do have click on that use link and read what you're about to order, because otherwise you will be disappointed when the item arrives. Now, alternatively, you can come straight to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles, where what you see in front of you is exactly the items that you will receive should you wish to purchase them. And this particular item is no different to that, and you can only order the item that you are actually looking at that time. So you can't order something that you're not prepared to order. And what you see is the item you will receive. And if we have different conditions, they are listed on the different products, so you can't get them confused. Now, as I said, we have 3 different types of these jigsaw puzzles, which are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many, many other vintage $6 Million Man items. And many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old you'd never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful $6 Million Man jigsaw puzzle with me. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay to the end where we upload the completed video. And then we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.